What up, collective, and welcome to another channel podcast. This one is actually on an Instagram famous, TikTok famous, I believe, also couple, Kristy Scott and Desmond Scott. So in January 2026, social media star Kristy Scott, known online as Kristy Sarah, filed for divorce from her husband of 11 years, Desmond Scott. Reasons for the split. The court documents filed in Harris County, Texas, cite alleged infidelity on Desmond's part as the reason for the breakdown of the marriage. The filing states there is no reasonable chance of reconciliation and indicates the couple will soon stop living together. The couple met at age 14 and married in 2014. They share two sons, Vance and Weston, who are frequently featured in their content. Known together as the Scotts, the duo built a massive digital brand with millions of followers across TikTok and Instagram. They also co-own Meant to Be Films, a wedding videography company. It remains unclear how this business will be affected by the divorce. As of January 10th, 2026, neither Kristy nor Desmond has released a formal public statement regarding the filing. And this is actually pretty sad because from what I see on the surface, it feels like so I had a dream about Kristy, and that's when I was seeing them a lot, and Spirit asked me, what do you feel about her? And I felt I didn't really know what to feel, like that word vapidness coming up, but I didn't really feel like that's how she actually could be. Like maybe it could be projected, because sometimes when I'm scrolling on certain influencers' pages, I can feel the evil eye. Like I can feel the evil eye coming from their comments, even if it's not like deep in the comments. When you're a public figure like that, you need evil eye protection, because eventually, yes, that energy can manifest itself as spiritual possession in somebody who is not really normally likely to be a certain type of way. So I had this dream where she just seemed to be different. Like whoever was observing her, like maybe this was how her husband felt in the dream, but it was specifically when she was becoming friends with her, like the artist her. And I was keeping a close eye on this whole thing because something told me they're not gonna last. Like something was telling me that. Like I was feeling that very heavily, but I didn't know if it was coming from her end, because in the dream, that's how it made me feel, like she had actually done something. But this is spiritually alleged. This is just impressions that I've gotten. But let's see here. What is coming up about Kristy and Desmond Scott? Yeah, I'm hearing content creation. That's truly the issue. And yes, with this infidelity, I don't feel like that's the main thing. And I feel like his family doesn't like that it always has to go in a way that doesn't benefit him. I feel like he's had jealous siblings or family or just friends. I don't know. There's just certain jealous people, like in their physical life, that are jealous of their success. And he did cheat. Okay, no, I feel like there is a cheating here. However, when he cheats, I feel it's very passive. Maybe it's with somebody she thought was an assistant. If she had another feminine energy working around her, it could be that. I feel on Kristy's end, she's realizing something. Mm. It's like she doesn't want, something doesn't feel real though at the same time. Like, I don't think that this divorce thing is real, or something is not gonna happen. Hmm. I'm hearing, oh my gosh. Okay, so no, wow. Maybe she's, did somebody betrayed them? Because I feel somebody sold their documents. This was supposed to be like, maybe they are getting a divorce, but they were planning on continuing content, and now that's ruined. Spirits intervened with this because they feel that's very materialistic of them to be like that. That's why something happened. Because he is, wow, I'm hearing that's, they've already been together. I hear her saying that they've already been together. She had a private investigator watching him. Wow, she had a private investigator possibly watching Desmond have a affair for a while. Mm. And something about posting him in her content. Wow, somebody possibly was doing something. Like I said, as a public figure, you have to be careful because it just be people who want to like show you love isn't real. It's really bitter people out here who project things onto couples because they are twins, it seems like. Twin flames, especially with that longevity there. That's like a big sign of twin flames, okay? Like since 14, yes, that can be karmic, but sometimes um you meet your twin young, super young. So, yeah, and I'm hearing it was love. Wow, it was love at first sight. And their higher selves are still very much together in spirit. That's why they even had that idea to not let everybody know, but somebody put it out or somebody got a bigger payout. Or I don't know. Yeah, something like that. Maybe it wasn't even any money, like, but it was stated, like, can you please keep this? I'm seeing somebody say that or just hoping that. Somebody who does things for Kristy is the one who leaked it. She needs to know that. Spirit wants her to know that it wasn't Desmond, because she's been like fighting with him about this. He was like, and yeah, he's not responsible for this. Wow, this is kind of sad because it's like, this is evil eye. This is not a divinely destined separation. It's more so an unraveling of a marriage to reevaluate its standards. And she has kind of sold herself out a bit. And this separation is really going to show her everything. Like this, like she has to go through this. She has to go through being alone. Because I feel he is a more responsible, okay, I have to say alleged, but parent, or he prioritizes real life. And sometimes I'm seeing, like, I'm hearing, we gotta go, Kristy, like, we gotta go, like, school, like, when she was doing get ready with me's or something, they gotta take the boys to school, he would have to go alone. It's like everything that he loves about her and the family, like eat little things, like taking the boys out to eat, it's all like not there. She's not there. If she does go, it's like a show. And it's true. What people see is true, but also without this evil eye, he wouldn't have really minded it. It's like all this evil eye is doing is like enhancing, like things that he would already be able to tolerate as a husband. Okay. Cause this is a very faithful, devoted man, who because they are not spiritually like protecting themselves, Jezebelic energy is able to enter the connection and able to, I'm hearing, come online, activate. He feels guilty the whole time too. It's not like he's enjoying it. It's more so this woman is like, it's like emotional cheating. It's like emotionally like confiding in somebody, meeting up with them. Not always. I feel like she knew, but never expected anything. Because she was in her own zone. Yeah, very focused on work. And I'm hearing that can happen when marriages, but I'm hearing marriages like this should not fail, but they should also, she has to prioritize her family like she was, like she never has, she's gonna look back and realize she wishes she kept a lot of things private, like more private. There's a breaking down of self. And it's going to be very, but what Spirit wants to protect her from is taking her life, okay? Because she's very broken about this. It's hard because it's beyond. When you're a public figure and you're working to become that, your reputation is like, it is something that you want to protect. And I feel like this is something that she can't stand got out. So let's say it's not true and they were just, I don't know, but I feel like, no, I'm hearing it is true. Everything, we had a plan about how to go about this. So it was somebody, it's like betrayal after betrayal. It's like, but this is what she has to go through. She has to realize, they both have to realize how they have been overcome by different things. It's like this lifestyle has made us so different. I feel like he has even said that to her, like, can I have my wife back? Can I have my wife back? He's really sweet too. He's really, for it takes a lot to be dedicated like that. Okay, that's what I'm hearing, to somebody of that stature. Because, and I don't ever feel like he felt like, neither of them felt as though they couldn't handle this. It's like they're supposed to be wealthy, but of course there are just bottom of the barrel ass bitches online who like just are so envious, like they're actually projecting and waiting for you to break up. So it's like this has manifested, and she needs to know that she has to get like protection always. Maybe she needs an altar. I feel like she does have something like that. Spirit, maybe she has been praying, and that is why, because over here it's all about being informed and just helping anyone who needs that help. So yeah, they're gonna be fine, but I don't think Desmond at this time feels like he loves Kristy anymore. That's what I'm hearing. I don't feel like I recognize you anymore, and sometimes that can happen within like even twin flame dynamics. Usually the feminine masters her creativity while being with the masculine. The feminine's career usually goes off, or takes off. And it could be in a more public way. And depending on if the feminine is spiritually aware, she can be able to maintain her union. But when you're a successful woman with a husband, like an actual good husband, you can best believe you're going to have to be alert and aware spiritually, because there's a lot of vixens and a lot of different temptations, and that's kind of where they're at currently. So she has to kind of go through posting less, because sometimes spirit be like, you need to sit down. Like because that's dangerous. I'm hearing that's dangerous. Who are these people? I'm hearing, who are these people, Kristy? So, money, I'm seeing her become like a little girl with money and losing the plot. I'm hearing you're losing the plot. Okay, so yeah. And with children, that's like his biggest thing, is protecting the boys. Because maybe fans have said things to the boys in public, or the boys have gotten bullied at school because of things Kristy posts or something. If they go to school, I don't know. It's regardless, it's a protection of that energy. Because one of them is very sensitive, like a very empathic child. So, and they need proper attention. And I feel like this is something that she's going to begin realizing. And it's going to shed the haters, because they got what they wanted, right? But at the same beautiful time, she can now rebrand herself. She can now tend to a more raw, real version, and not a version of herself that, like, she's just, and it'll be up to her. That's what I'm hearing, because there's also more temptation on the way, more brand deals, more bookings, and she's going to have a choice. And Spirit is just saying, pray she makes the right one. She's supposed to choose her family. So, and that's going to help them to rekindle, because it's not that Desmond, it's going to be up to him too, though, because right now it's like a lot of anger. It's a lot of rage on his end. Even if they try to come out and double back and say, we're not splitting, it's still something going on here, guys. Like, it's still something going on here that they're going to have to spiritually, like, Spirit was showing me that before union, you need like a whole covenant around you. You need like good people around you who support marriage. And online, it's a lot of people who don't support marriage. They don't like love. They feel like it's fake. And, that's why it's not bad to be online with love, because it's like people, they have also changed a lot of people's lives, but you have to have evil eye protection 24/7, like from a practitioner type shit. Like, I have to do energy works every other day for protection. So someone like her, she probably need an on-site practitioner or somebody who's on call to check her energies, to check on her family, to check on the family unit in general. That's what I'm hearing, especially for my vloggers out here or my influencer mommies, or, you know, you have a good family. Sometimes you got to be careful because people can project things onto your person out of jealousy. And your person, if they're not even paying attention, they could be overtaken by those projections subconsciously. So we talk about evil eye. Evil eye is powerful. It creates death timelines. It creates disorder. It creates dispossession, all types of low vibrational things to happen. And it's set up in a way where you would never know unless you ask spirit, like, what is going on. And I feel like she has, like, usually, like, if spirit is trying to get your attention about something energetically, it will be a lot of shit, like, happening back to back to where it brings you to your knees and you ask yourself, why am I losing everything? Why? Like, what? Why am I losing everything? And I feel like it's because she has given up on Desmond in a way. Okay, alleged. And it's important that we uplift marriages like this. That's what I'm hearing, because true divine twin flames, they exist. And I do feel like, yeah, I don't think they're aware that they're twins. I don't think they see it like that. Maybe they just see each other as the one, or saw each other as the one. Divine counterparts, whatever. They're meant to evolve into divine, more divine balance, yin and yang, but it's not always easy to do that when you have a whole audience, you know? So if he has been straying, that's why she had to find it out so she could get to the bottom of it, because she's kind of in this I can buy myself flowers type of energy. She's really, but spirit is like, also, don't be too prideful. Don't just blame it on him, okay? Because dates, it's like everything that he loved to do for her was on display. That's how he felt. Everything that he loved to do for her, like their little dates. I'm seeing date nights. And she would be on her phone. And he would really be happy for her. Like, they would discuss her successes. And she would not really, I feel like she would try to be present for him, but it was obvious that, you know, she was more excited to talk about her stuff. So he's kind of the type where he will allow that. Up until more recently, I'm here in congregation, so maybe he's been doing something. I'm hearing since he was younger. This does feel like a little bit of a, like any man, you know, when they, instead of asking for intimacy, maybe he would pleasure himself. And usually when a man starts doing that, they eventually, it still goes back into that, like, the penis thing. Okay, that has been coming up a lot. I'm sorry, but yeah, like we got in the men channel that they have to like mate in cycles. It's like, so when a woman is not balanced in her energy, it can cause friction, but it's like biological. Yeah, something has to heal with their sacral union. And maybe eventually that will happen. Or they're going to try. But yeah, let's see. Okay, so that's mainly what I'm getting on Kristy and Desmond Scott. I'll see you guys at the next one. Peace out.